how to make money on Fiverr in 2024. And I wanted to talk about the opportunities that you can have by selling your services on Fiverr going into 2024. For me, Fiverr has been one of the biggest, I would say, career highlights since I was able to make close to $2 million on Fiverr now. And this has been an incredible journey. This has been an incredible path for me. And every time I look at Fiverr, I think a lot of people have just this misunderstanding that this platform can produce you consistently $10,000 per month or more. Of course, there are a lot of factors that you need to consider, such as what kind of services you're offering, what kind of categories your gigs are, and what sort of, eventually goal you want to try to reach. But in my experience, going from pretty much every let's say money-making routes, right? You have freelancing platforms like Fiverr, like Upwork. You have obviously other areas that you can focus on, like running your digital marketing agency directly. There's just a lot of different ways. But for me, if you take a look right now, this has been a very interesting journey. Right now, we are actually on the track. We can see, for example, here in the last 2023. So we are in November, reached almost 43K from Fiverr. Now we're on the track at 11K. So we are definitely, the Fiverr has been able to transform my journey. Over $266,000 earned so far this year on Fiverr. And I think there are different sort of paths that you can take. Of course, in my case, if you're just getting started on Fiverr, I think this is a great opportunity because first of all, you can work on building up your portfolio, on building up your reviews, on trying to, connect with other buyers and learn the process on how you can communicate, how you can close the clients. So this is a great learning school for many people who are just starting out as, let's say, a freelancer or as a side hustle. But then it becomes interesting because it's not just a side hustle gig, Fiverr, but this could turn out to be as a full-time career. You've seen my numbers. I mean, making 40K just per month on Fiverr, it's just insane amount of money, of course, and that this is after Fiverr takes the 20%, so this makes it very potentially incredible, right? But I think when you look at the Fiverr and you look at others, not everyone is successful, of course, in anything that you do. If you're even running your social media marketing agency directly and you look at other people, gurus who are telling you that you can be making millions of dollars, right? Then when you start to actually put in the work and reach out to people and communicate, you find out that no one's going to respond to your emails, no one is going to respond to your DMs, there's a very little interest as well, and it's going to be very hard to close clients. Where you go on Fiverr, it's a different route because you can build your reputation, and eventually, right now, for example, I'm not doing any outreach, but every single day I get 10 to 20 new potential buyers. I don't know if that is, to have this sort of traffic on your own, you really need to spend a good amount of money on ads. You need to have a great funnels. And if you're just starting for a beginning, it's just too overwhelming, and eventually you need to control your systems. In my case, what I think has been working successfully for me, first of all, is my branding. When you look at Fiverr, people want to connect with an expert, with let's say in my case a marketer who knows what he's doing or she is doing, and I really try to go as personalized as possible. So showcase myself, showcase as well the work that I do, showcase the process, being super transparent, and I think that's what buyers are appreciating. And at the same time, you need to be professional. I think it's just not enough to, just you sit there and you take your phone and record a video and just put it out there. You can definitely make it more professional, even investing into a videographer who can film your Fiverr video. Okay, you're gonna spend probably a few $100s, but at least that's gonna be professionally done, and you can keep it for, let's say, 6 months or longer. And then, during that 6 months, if you make, I don't know, let's say $10,000 per month, for example, in ideal case, at 60K, so that video really, which you paid a few $100s, it just, the ROI is definitely there, right? So These are the things that are important. When you're just getting started, we're anxious about getting clients, getting messages, but you need to work, structure your personal brand on Fiverr. Anywhere you go, Instagram, X, YouTube, you need to build your personal brand. And the same happens on Fiverr. You need to showcase your skills, your work, your expertise. And in the beginning it's hard because you don't have a lot of these things. So what you can do is you can structure your pictures, your videos, and then eventually you start to build your portfolio step by step. This is the first thing. The second thing I want to go over with you, and just, I think that's why Fiverr is great, because you can really explore different categories and see what other people are doing in different categories. For example, if we take social media marketing category, yes, it's extremely competitive. Over 100,000 services that you can see, gigs are here. It's definitely very competitive. And for example, if we take a look at this first seller, which is she actually runs an ad as well here, which she's using promoted gigs. That's another feature that Fiverr gives you to be able to see. You can also see me as well here. And she has 71 orders in queue. 71 orders in queue, 287 euros, right? So it's, the numbers are there. It is possible. Yes, there are a lot of other freelancers, sellers. For example, if we go down, we're gonna find this person is doing creative social media, 3 orders in queue. Then we have this person is I will set up your social media business pages, which is actually honestly a very interesting gig as well, that you can create social media pages for other businesses. Some people are here charging, you can see, let's go for example down, we can see who is doing what. So one person who is doing that, for example, I think I will find it in Fiverr Pro. So he's charging several hundreds of dollars by just creating social media pages. And if you think about this, it's just insane that you can charge. So we can go here, social media business pages. Look, for example, here, he has 7 orders in queue. He's charging 450. Let me switch this to dollars. So like this, it's easier. So he's charging $450. And he creates 3 social media profiles, bio, cover art, blah, 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 right? I mean, it's a lot of money, and he has a lot of orders that are coming, a lot of reviews as well, if we go back here. And that's why Fiverr is interesting, because it's really transparent. You can see what other people are doing, are getting. For example, he has 4 days ago, 4 days ago, 4 days ago, 1 week ago, 1 week ago, and if we go down more, 3 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. So he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, let's say, maybe some other people who are not rating his service, ordering possibly, let's say 10, he's charging 450. So it's, over 4K. Of course, Fiverr takes their commission, but still, just creating social media pages can bring you to 4K plus. And also he's doing other things. But it's important to understand that many people, when they're running their agency, they're thinking, oh, I should have my website, I should try to reach out to people. You need to understand, we don't have many hours during the day. At the end of the day, when I do my work, for example, I take responsibility for answering for current clients' messages, and I do this during the day, and you don't really have much things to left when you do deliveries. Of course, you can outsource the messaging and other things, but still, we don't have much time to do proper outsourcing, proper client management, current clients management, and let's say scaling as well, right? You don't have this amount of time to do during the day. So you need to be very strategic in what you do, because if you do, for example, outreach and you spend the whole day, you need to have someone who is going to be doing your client work, who is going to be working with the client, because when you close the client, then there's another phase where you have to deliver the service, you have to communicate consistently, you have to connect social media pages, create content plan, and etc., etc. So if you're doing outreach, you won't be able to do that. It's just impossible. That's why in my case, Fiverr makes it simplified, that you don't need to reach out to people yourself. You are working on structuring your profile as professional as possible, and then eventually, of course, it will take time. It's not going to be fast. Probably it's going to take you, let's say, 3 to 6 months to just really get that momentum, but it's going to get there. If you're staying consistent, Even now, in my opinion, if you're staying consistent, if you have your gigs, if you're really committed to the work, if you're trying to always improve your profile, if you treat it like your baby, you will have results, you will have success. And even I have a lot of sellers that I know in the first year of Fiverr, they're doing $100,000 or more. It depends on your categories. Digital marketing is a huge category. Social media marketing is a very big category as well. You can do a lot of things. You can do content creation, content posting. You can do creating social media business pages. You can running growth campaigns, paid ads, or organic growth, Instagram, X, or Facebook, or TikTok. The opportunities are there. You just need to pick one direction and you just focus and go there. For example, one of my competitors I've been mentioning in previously here, they're doing Instagram growth. They're doing it really well. They have 239 orders in queue, charging from $100, and they have a lot of reviews, reputation. They've been on Fiverr for a while now. I've seen them, and me personally, I took a break on Fiverr because there's been a lot of changes on the Instagram side in 2019. It hasn't been a good year, to be honest, but then I was able to recover. I took a year off from Fiverr and I came back and I started to gain this level statuses again, and then eventually reached top rated seller for a second time, became pro seller as well. So, but again, you can see here, they have only one service that they're focusing, 2 gigs. I mean, it's the same similar service, just trying to differentiate. This is not the strategy that people usually do. They create multiple gigs like this. Each gig has a possibility to be ranked. This gig could be ranked maybe higher than other, or this gig could be bringing more traffic, etc. So it's good to differentiate. It's good to have multiple gigs as well, but be careful not to have word to word the same exact description, title, picture, etc. So you need to differentiate a little bit more. So like this, you don't have any issues with the Fiverr approval system, terms of service, and etc. So this is very important. But you can see with 1 gig, you can already be in the 10K plus mark just by offering services like Instagram growth. You need to be passionate. I learned that, at the end of the day, we have many different ideas in our head, and when I look as well every single day, I'm thinking, oh, maybe I should start something else, I should do something else. And then when I try to put myself in the direction of Fiverr and trying to improve it and scale it, I definitely see the results afterwards. And there's other things that you can do. Of course, when we speak about making money on Fiverr, and many people are thinking that it's $5 thing. It's definitely not $5. Fiverr has changed a lot with their Fiverr Pro, with their business, trying to attract bigger companies. So it has a lot of demand. My best advice for you will be to, take at least 6 months. You start, let's say if you're watching this video now, or if you're already Fiverr seller and you're thinking like, should I continue focus or not? Because at one point I was, okay, I should completely outsource it, I should do something else, and that's it. And I still kept the whole control of Fiverr, and I decided to know I'm gonna be doing it myself. I'm gonna be trying to improve it. I'm gonna be trying to work on other services, because many times we get stuck and we think, for example, even the seller I showed you here, so they're doing Instagram growth, they know what they're doing. But maybe they get tired of it, or Instagram makes it difficult for them to do it. So they should definitely think about ideas on what else they can do. And there's just a lot of options out there. That's how we have been restructuring. This year I started to heavily focus on the content creation and content posting. We started to create content for businesses. I also have built the website which connects to Fiverr. This is like a next steps on how you can really transform your journey. So for example, you can see this website describes what we do, describes a little bit about the journey so far, showcase the examples, what types of posts we create, and then it brings to the call to action, which is here. And then when people click on the call to action, they end up in the Fiverr gig and they can place an order from the Fiverr. And the same here, if they go on this one as well, they end up on this service. This is a great way on scaling your Fiverr journey. So you have your website where you can drive traffic, where you can experiment many things, and then when people are coming to you, they will end up on Fiverr, like, because that way it's easier to manage your current workload, and that way you're just staying in one place and you're staying organized. I learned that when you have clients, let's say directly clients on Fiverr, yes, you can still manage it when you are, let's say, not as heavily loaded with clients on Fiverr or on the directly, but then eventually becomes overwhelming. Because, for example, for me, I do get, let's say, 30 to 40 messages every single day, and I have to stay always, replying and always stay relatively quick. And then if I have also messages that are coming directly, it's just too much. Yes, you can of course outsource it, but when we're speaking about beginning journey and how you can just have a full control first, because when you're just starting, you of course don't have resources to hire team members and other things. In my case, I learned two ways. One way where you can really hire people for many different things, but you have to be ready that at one point when something happens, you need to have some other income stream that you can support your team, because if that fails, then the whole thing collapses. That's what happened to me. A lot of debt, a lot of many decisions, not very exciting decisions, splits with people. So it's not very healthy for a business. And then the other route you have where you're trying to keep the full control, as now a lot of people are running one person agency where they have that sort of one service agency and one person agency, and they just take control of everything. I like this idea. Some things you cannot do yourself everything, but you can definitely outsource some parts of it. In our case right now, we have a team who is creating content, who is doing that, and we still have a full control because all of them are a full-time team members, and we have a really good system for managing and for monitoring the quality. So that is possible. The team is not big, it's only 3 people who are creating content side. When you grow more, you need to have a manager. You need to make sure the person is looking at their work, looking at what's happening, and making sure that everything stays on track. So guys, I think when you look and go into 2024 and you are thinking, should I go on Fiverr or not? I will suggest to just invest at least a month to structure your profile, to make things professionally looking, and give yourself a time. Look at what other sellers are doing. That's how I got started. I started looking at other sellers, successful sellers. I was like, wow, he's doing this, he's doing that, he has this number of orders in queue. I want to show you one of the other examples here, one of the other sellers who are also present on the YouTube, and I think his journey is very inspiring for many people. Here is his Fiverr profile, and if we go to his gig, which is here, he has currently 137 orders in queue, and he has a 2 days delivery. If you just make the numbers, this guy is doing incredible on Fiverr. He's charging $130 for a first package, he has 2 days delivery, and he's always at 100 plus orders in queue, 130 plus orders in queue. And this is just inspiring to see, because in my case, many people are trying to really, go into different strategies, and then when they start doing that, they get upset because they don't really have much outcome. But then the expert who was telling you like you should go and should do it, you got really motivated. I like to be practical, I like to be transparent, and I like to see what is happening. And in this case, you can see this person, there is no magic. It's a reality. He has 137 orders in queue, he's charging $130. You can do the math and see how much he's making approximately. Of course, he has expenses, he has team members, maybe partners, of course, then at the end of the day, you're not left with everything you see. You have 20% that you give to Fiverr, other expenses, but still, just looking at this and realizing how much traffic you can be having on a daily basis. And that's what excites me about Fiverr, because the longer we go into this journey, the more exciting it becomes, because they are investing more in the traffic, they're running ads, acquiring other businesses, trying to transform. They do a lot of A/B testing. They know what works. They know what funnels works, what sort of pages. That's why I mean, they're changing a lot of things. At the same time, for example, now they have changed the profile, seller profile. It used to be looking differently. Now it looks like this. So, I mean, some changes are good, some changes maybe not so good, but the best thing is they have a huge traffic on their website, which makes you, you know, I'm always amazed by every single day I'm getting 10 to 20 new, completely new potential buyers that you know, I have never spoken before, and they somehow find my service through the search, through possibly outside of Fiverr, because I do also promote there, but still the result is there and they're coming. So guys, I think, you know, taking this seriously is very important. And if you also go in the description, I do have a newsletter. If you subscribe to the newsletter, I will send you my free Fiverr course. You'll actually get a coupon code. So right now I do this for a limited time. I have completely updated my Fiverr course. Of course, my goal is not for you to get it, even though I think having it on Udemy, it makes it super affordable for you. But if you subscribe to the newsletter, you will get it for free. I do have a limited number of people who can join it, but I will be making this promotion occasionally, and I think this is a great opportunity for you to dive deeper and learn from my experience, and at the same time, you know, have a good, clear structure. Thank you so much, and see you in the next video.